Hello everyone, welcome to my lesson. So we will touch on vocabulary items in this lesson. By the end of my lesson, you will be able to fill in the blanks with appropriate vocabulary, words related to food, describing people and school life. And you will also be able to infer meaning and make educated guesses about unfamiliar words by using the contextual clues and the initial letters provided. So part 1, describing food and ways of cooking. So let's get started with the food vocabulary. Here, we are going to explore some vocabulary related to food and cooking. I will give you hints based on the contextual sentences, and I will also provide the first letter of each word. So this is the situation. Sandy has written a food blog about one of your favorite quick meals. So you are asked to fill in the blanks of this blog entry with the vocabulary that you have learned from modules 1 to 3. So when I'm hungry, I want a quick meal. I often make the noodle soup. It's quick, easy, and delicious. First, so this is the first blank. Think about what you do when you need to make noodles. Okay, you need to make noodles. You need to heat the water to cook the noodles. So, what is the way of cooking when you heat water as a medium to cook food? Yes, the answer is boil. Okay? And the second blank, then some vegetables in a little oil. So this is the second blank. So the word is about cooking vegetables. We use a little oil. So please think about it. What action do we call when we cook food with a little oil? Yes, it is stir fry. Okay. And the third blank, sometimes the vegetables over boiling water. Okay, so this time we use water and heat from below, okay? Cooking vegetables over boiling water. So the first letter is S. What do you call this method of cooking when you cook over boiling water? If it is inside the water, this cooking method is boil. But this time, it is over boiling water. So the answer is steam. The fourth blank, I add everything to the noodles with a bit of soy sauce to give the noodles a kind of taste. Okay, the kind of taste starts with S, starts with the letter S. So first of all, you need to think, what does soy sauce taste like? The answer is salty or savory, correct? So the answer is savory or salty. And the fifth blank, I prefer my noodles to have a strong taste. I don't like some kind of food at all. So it must be a kind of taste that the writer doesn't like. And it must be the opposite of strong taste. So what do you call the food that doesn't have taste and flavor at all? Correct. The word is bland, right? Bland, no taste. Now, let's move on to describing people and school life. This time, I will give you hints, again, that is based on the context of the sentences, and I will also provide the first letter of each word. Now, let's get started. This is the situation. So you will introduce, so Whitney is introducing herself to her classmates. Okay, now look at the passage together. Today, I took a tour of my new school with several other new students. Our tour guide was a senior student named Athena. She had a something face, okay? The word starts with R. And my tip is, you look at this picture, okay? You look at her face, okay? So look at the face of this girl. What shape is it? What shape is it? And it starts with the letter R. Yes, the word is round. And she has a kind of hair, okay? This is the second blank. This is the second blank, okay? It starts with C, and it definitely describes a style of hair. So please look at the picture again. So what is this style of hair that starts with the letter C? Well done. She has curly hair. And the third blank, she wore her hair in something that starts with P. Okay, it describes the way she ties her long hair. And the letter starts with P. So, boys and girls, what do you call it when you gather your hair, your long hair, in a certain style? Yes, the word is ponytail. Athena. Okay, so the ninth blank, Athena was very, then it must be an adjective that starts with the letter T. And the tip is here. She loved chatting. Okay, so what is the adjective when you call a person who enjoys chatting and talking with other people? Correct. Athena was very talkative. Now let's move on to the next blank. We all met Athena in front of the, okay, so they gather in front of this blank. So it must be a place, right? It must be a place that they gather. And the tip is, she told us that we all gather at this place for the morning assemblies. Okay, so this is the tip. What a beautiful space. So this blank must be describing a place. Now, boys and girls, please think. Where do you gather for morning assemblies every Wednesday? There are two blanks here, and the first blank starts with S. Yes, you are right. That's the school hall. Now, let's move on to the next page, okay? The next blank. Next, Athena led us to the, okay, so Athena led us to, it must be a place again, okay? It must be a venue again. So the letter starts with the letter C, and you can see, the tip is you could see many students enjoying their lunch there. So this word refers to a place where students have lunch. The first letter starts with the letter C. So where do students usually eat? Where do students usually have lunch at school? Yes, that's the canteen. Now let's move on to the next blank. We could see many students enjoying their lunch there. After that, she took us to the, okay, and then it must be a place because you see the word where, and she took us there, so it must be a place, okay? So the letter starts with S, and let's continue read. So this is a place where we could do fun experiments. So boys and girls, what do you call this special classroom for doing experiments? Yes, that's the science lab. Well done, boys and girls. Let's continue. When we got there, some students from the, okay, it starts with a capital letter A. Some students were there. They gave us a leaflet about a stargazing event. Okay, so this is the tip. Stargazing event. So this event must be an activity of a school club, right? So the first letter starts with A. Now let us think. What school club has a name that starts with the letter A, and they also do stargazing and focus on studying stars? Yes, that's the astronomy club. Now let's move on to the last blank. Finally, we stopped by the, okay, it must be a place again. The tip is here. The computers all looked brand new. Okay, so it must be a room filled with computers, right? The first letter is C, and it is actually self-explanatory. It must be the computer room, right, boys and girls? So, great job, everyone.